Hey guys, I hope you're all doing alright and welcome back to the BeAllIn44 channel, and I'm back on 3D tuning, and this time we're heading over to the other side of the world and going in straight with some American muscle. I'm here with the 2008 Dodge Challenger, I believe, and yeah, let's see what we can make. So again, starting off with the front wheel. Now usually with all American cars I just go straight to that one American Racing custom wheel, which it just goes well with every single American car and American. So yeah, and look at that, that just looks really cool. Obviously offset it a teensy bit and also give it a bit of camber, just to sort of balance it out a bit. Obviously I don't want it to be too stanced because I want to have like some element of performance in there as well. Brakes, again, Brembos as soon as it loads. And front tyres, should go with the Goodyears, again, American brand, fits really well with the American car. Yeah, and yeah, now I should do the same thing for the rear tyres and wheels. So now with the tyres and wheels done, we can move on to the front bumper. Now by default, I'm pretty sure we've got the SXT going on. Now I had a look at some of the front bumpers before, and this one really stood out to me. Obviously it comes pre-installed with canards and lips, and yeah, that looks really good. Onto the rear bumper, there's only 3 options this time, so let's just try them out, I guess. This one, it looks good, but I really don't like the exhaust because the actual exhaust pipe's here and then you've got this weird shape going on, and I don't really like that. But this one, again, that makes it look really big, and not gonna lie, that is a massive muffler. But yeah, again, I feel like it continues the sort of box seat design from the front over to the rear, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I can add lips, I believe, which is quite cool, and I mean it's changed the canard, but I feel like it's worth it. It's again continuing this lip along to here. Of course this one has a carbon finish, this one does not, unfortunately. Or actually I can change that, can't I? There we go, now we're adding some match to the front. I feel like we're going to do the same thing for the side skirts. So yeah, on to rear number plates. Again, I'm just going to leave it out. I did that for the front as well, I forgot to mention. Yeah, I just wasn't asked. Now muffler. Now these are just over the top, and I mean they look really cool, and I guess they're appealing if you're like 12, but I want to keep it subtle, but at the same time really exposed. So I feel like this works because again it's got like that sort of color gradient at the ends of it, but it also doesn't stick out too much. So yeah, that's a pretty decent balance. Now side skirts. So we've got, have we got any more? Oh yes, we've got these as well. I've got quite a few actually. Alright, so start off with one that just really stands out, and from the get-go, this one. Let's add some carbon to it and see how that looks. And yeah, I mean that works, but I still want to try out the other side skirts and see what fits best. Got SXT, that's pretty bland. Then we've got custom. This one comes with a side canard, which is pretty decent. And yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one. It does from the side cover part of the 3D tuning logo, but we'll move past that. Now onto the front fender flares. Now I started off by going with Edge Customs Wide 2, but then I realised that goes over the canard at the front, so it's kind of off from there. But I mean the rest of them, there's not really much special about them. we could try the SRT Hellcat wide body and see how that works. Okay, so I mean, the SRT Hellcat wide body looks decent, but that would also mean I have to increase the offset, because otherwise that looks kind of weird. So now I've got to go. Okay, I'll finish the rear fender flares first, and then go with it. Now I want some sort of intake here, so initially this one sticks out as well as this. I mean, I think these are the only two, but I feel like that would be really cool on this car. So yeah, let's just see how that works. Alright, so I've got it loaded on, and not gonna lie, that looks really sick. Again, we might have to increase the offset for it to look a bit better, but aside from that, wow. So yeah, I'll just increase the offset and move on. Okay, so now with that out of the way, we can move swiftly on to headlights. Now, on the surface, none of these really look that appealing, so I mean, I'm just going to try all of them. I mean, I don't really like the orange yellow. Here again, too yellow. And I mean, this looks pretty cool. It's definitely an option. This one, that just looks like a Vortex, not gonna lie. And I feel like this has the best balance. I mean, it's quite similar to the factory ones, but I just like this design. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Now, of course, the rear, or tail lights rather, obviously this is a big defining feature of the Dodge, so I don't want it to be left. I really liked this design that they had, but also this. I feel like I'm gonna stick with this because I really like how the red just sort of glows on this one. Anyway, onto roof spoiler. We can go with carbon 3, I guess, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid. And onto the main spoiler. Usually I just go with VIS or VIS Racing, because I mean, this is just a spoiler that just looks good on everything really. But anyway, moving on to the hood. Muscle car, you've got to have that massive intake on there. Of course, it's not a blower or a turbo, but I mean, that still looks pretty sick, so I'm gonna stick with that. Onto the front fenders. I don't think this does much apart from just put a logo on the side of it, so I'll go with the Hellcat logo because I mean, that just looks pretty cool. Air intake hood, I don't think there's anything we can add to that. Side mirrors, usually I'll go with 3D tuning or 3D tuning 4, or if there's something else custom for that car, then I go with that, but yeah, the retune just works. Body vent, yeah, no point. Grills, again, grills are also a rather defining part of Dodges, so yeah, let's just try a couple of them out. You know what, I'm going to stick with this. This one has, this is pretty large, and it's also got the RT going on, so yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Roof scoops, again, I did add side vent, but I mean, you can just assume they're for like brakes, but yeah, of course this is a front engine car, so don't really need that. Front window decals, now last time we had an issue with that, so I'm just going to stick a Dodge logo on. It's really simple, and yeah, it just matches. Tops, I tried this one before, and I really don't know like what it went. It's got a camera on it, I guess, for recording stuff, but in general I didn't really like it. Anyways, aerography, we can just do that in like a whole pack for racing stripes, so yeah. Anyway, we've got a pretty decent selection. Again, with the fender flares, it covers part of the decal itself, which is really annoying, so I can't really add any of these like big sponsor ones. There it is, the number 43, of course, pretty famous with Dodge obviously was on like the Daytona, and also because cars and everybody loves the King. So I'm going to stick with the 43 and later change the colour of the whole car to something that matches that. Racing stripe kits. So what can we do here? I'll go with number 3 because initially that just sort of stands out to me, and yeah, I mean from this angle that looks like it's been overdone, but no, I feel like yeah, this is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. And now the last thing to do is just change the color of the car. Exterior. Right then, let's see. So obviously we need this like a nice bluish color. So I'm just gonna go onto the color palette and try find something that really matches. Now this is okay. Actually, I feel like this really works actually. And you know, I think I might just stick with this, to be honest. I'm gonna change the color of the side skirts and lips to carbon as well, but don't worry about that. And also change that to black as well. But I feel like this for a body color is pretty sick. Alright, so now just make all these parts carbon. And with that all completed, here we have our final product, I guess. Now, I mean, let's just start the engine for a bit and see how that sounds. Yeah, part of it sounded a bit dodgy, but apart from that, pretty decent sound. I mean, we didn't change anything in the engine, but obviously who doesn't want to hear a V8? So yeah, I guess that is our car finished. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more car and Formula 1 content. I've been B1M44. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.